I will only be happy when ... We have to be happy now to be able to actually be happy. And there's an illusion of like things that we're chasing that will make us happy. I'll be happy when I just don't believe that's true. Welcome back, guys. ELD letter number 42, coming to you. I'm coming to you from the fireplace. I'm super knackered today. I had a big certification yesterday for Kairos, 8 hours of co-hosting with Gabriel, filming a lot, and yeah, it was super cool. Anyway, let's tuck into the letter. ELD 42. I've recently been listening to the audiobook, The Almanack of Naval, how do you say his last name? Ravikant, A Guide to Wealth and Happiness. And it's really highlighted my own biggest cause of suffering for my life. Like, it's really interesting when you listen to other stuff, the things that get highlighted to you. Before we dive into that, here's a summary of the book. So, getting rich is not just about luck. Happiness is not just a trait that we're born with. That's kind of like a summary of what the book's about. I highly recommend giving it a read. Given that you're here watching my content, you kind of know that you know what I'm about if you're here watching my YouTube video. So, yeah. Anyway, I've been given that insight into the book. Sorry, I've given you that insight into the book because of in context of what is following. So, I just want to be free. I just want to have freedom. I'll be happy when I'm bullshit. These are bullshit stories that I tell myself almost daily. Like, I'm sure you can relate. There's some bullshit that's like, fuck, if I just achieve this, if I just do that, then I'll be happy. I just got to do that. So, coming back to my own personal orientation, while I believe freedom to do what I want when I want is a worthy goal, it shouldn't determine my ability to be happy in the present moment. Boom. But it often does, often finding myself wanting to be free, pulling myself out of the present moment right now. I'm going to be doing what I'm doing anyway. Why make it unnecessarily frustrating? If you're at work, you're going to be there working anyway. Why? Fuck, I'm at work. Oh, damn, I have to do this and I have to do that. We're there. We might as well enjoy it. We're actually there. It doesn't help us at all being mad at our situation that we're in if we're actually in it. If we can change, cool. But like, when you're actually doing something, you're doing it. You might as well, send it. You might as well enjoy what we're actually doing with our time because we're actually doing it. This isn't in the letter, but this is a quote I love, and it's like, how you spend your days is how you spend your life. And it's so contextual to this. How we spend our days, if we're constantly like, I'll get there, I'm chasing the thing, I'll get there one day. But if we're here now, if we're happy now, if we enjoy what we currently have now, only then do we stand a chance of being happy in the future, and only then do we stand a chance of actually bringing those things into our life, which is mind-blowing. So, what's the point? I'm enjoying characterizing or segmenting my life into what Naval would call games. First, understanding what I would call the baseline of our existence, that we are fundamentally an undercurrent of awareness, and all of the human emotions, happy, sad, anxious, depressed, mad, excited, whatever they might be, those are the waves in the ocean, our ocean being our awareness. And I believe that's the undercurrent, that's the sort of the truth of who we are, is awareness, and we are aware of all of the things that arise. So once we step into the human game, if we take the perspective of awareness, let's say we're fundamentally that is the undercurrent. Once we step into the human game, then emotions run the show. If you're only a human, if I'm only Hunter with my work stress and all the things, if I only play that one game, then it's stressful, and we're taken from one thing to another, trying to find our feet. when the identification with this is recognized, we can easily ease back into our baseline awareness and detach from the human game. So the human game often comes with other games such as success, responsibilities, chasing the dream, which can easily drive us into overwhelm or I'm not doing enough syndrome, dubbed by your boy. I suffer from that a lot, the I'm not doing enough syndrome. If you're watching my content, you probably do too. I always feel like we could be doing more. But suddenly when these are viewed as games, we get to play during our time here. The angst, the pressure to succeed, it's all lifted, it's all play. If you guys have ever heard of Alan Watts' stuff, it's like, don't make there a difference between work and play or something like that, and I just think it's fucking cool. So via this play is how we actually achieve success. Something we enjoy will be done far more to a higher quality than something that we should do. And if you guys know me, I'm the king of should do's. Something I always say is like, what are the things that we should be doing with our time? And things that we should be doing, they come with a weight of not wanting to. And as much as I do believe there are things we should be doing, we also must want to do them, because like I said previously, something we enjoy will be done far more and to a higher quality than something we should do. Anyway, every waking moment, through the practice of awareness training, we are faced with two decisions: to choose to play the game or forgetting to play. My dad's always talked about this concept of the why, and I'll put the graphic on screen here. Maybe I'm beginning to understand this concept where it's like the why in every moment we have the choice and the decision in our awareness to choose to be aware of the things that are occurring in our current experience. Or, boom, the other option is just get so wrapped up in all of the human emotion that suddenly everything is stressful, not doing enough, fuck, this, that, anxiety, all the rest of it. And yeah, I just think it's easier said than done, and it's kind of an out there concept to think of yourself as the undercurrent of awareness, but I do believe fundamentally that is my truth, and I would argue that that's probably what has made me want to continue to enjoy life and be here, because I went through some bullshit, extreme suffering like we all do, and if I didn't come across the concepts of being aware of our thoughts, being aware of the things that appear in the human condition, then I would have just got absorbed by those and spat out into hell. It's crack up. I was reading back of a journal that I've just finished moving house and stuff, and I was reading back at a journal, a couple pages that I wrote, and it was like, I was just writing how alone I felt and how I couldn't tell anyone what I was going through because everyone would reject me and like all of this stuff. And I was just so in the suffering of my experience that like that was all that I identified with. It's super fascinating to look back on, and through detaching, like my identity was like, everything's fucked, I'm fucked, life is gonna suck forever. That was what I believed. And then I would argue through meditation, through stumbling across different teachers to detach my awareness and suddenly break free from that identity that I was in, which was just like everything's shit. And yeah, I think it's super important to recognize that we have the choice almost in every waking moment. Every time that we think we don't have a choice, we've lost the awareness. We've got sucked into the human game. And I'm trying to practice for the rest of my life, maintaining the space and place to be able to choose to step out of the human experience, out of the game, and then re-enter that, choosing to play the game, choosing to play, fitness, health, choosing to play all the things, choosing to play work when we work, and all of the things. Like it's just too easy to get wrapped up in it all and just have a shit time rather than playing all of these amazing games that we get to play. Like, fuck, here we are. It's beautiful. It's so cool, and it's super easy not to recognize. Anyway, guys, super mellow one today. I'm feeling ultra mellow. Hopefully this was a mellow one with the fire vibes going. And yeah, much love to you guys. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're happy. I hope you're healthy. I hope that whatever you're trying to do with your life, I hope you can find moments of stillness and peace and joy and just feeling fucking stoked. Because, shit, man, we gonna die one day. We gotta be happy. And we only have a chance of being happy in the future if we can be happy now. So let's lean into the space that identifying with the undercurrent of awareness allows us open up, see things for how they are, which is fundamentally abundant, fundamentally beautiful. And let's play the game rather than forget that there's games to be played. Alright, guys, much love. ELD letter number 42, swag. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you've made it this far, I fucking appreciate you. And we'll see you next week. Much love.